Hello Leo, this is going to be your 2022 predictions. I'm going to pull some major themes, things that you can expect to happen during this year with the shamanic healing deck, and then I'm going to pull a couple of animal spirit totems for you for the year, and then I'm going to go January through December, each month specifically what you can expect, and then I'll go through and I'll clarify each month. I already did a pre-shuffle, so they're going to come out pretty quickly. Honoring your energy, joy, beautiful. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Leo. Take a look where Pisces or the 12th house is falling in your chart this year, because that is where you will find expansion and joy, especially the first couple of months. So we have anger, unlimited possibilities, death, and masculine energy. The fact that we have anger, joy, and masculine energy and death, honoring your energy, this tells me that there's some toxic masculinity traits potentially, or people that will come through with toxic masculinity that's going to stimulate some pent-up rage. And there's an end to old ways, old perspectives about how you used to do things or how you used to perceive things. And how you operate as a person that are going to come to light and have an opportunity to shed away, to make room for you to bring in more joy, to find the joy in life. You could deal with some anxiety or depression, and if you do, those things will definitely be highlighted this year. So let's move forward. I'm going to repeat those. So we have masculine energy, death, unlimited possibilities, joy, anger, and honoring your energy. Who are you entertaining? What part of yourself are you entertaining? We have the hyena. Let's get one or two more. The Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. The Otter in the reverse. I think the Otter is actually about feminine energy. Be at competition with other women, or there needs to be a balance with feminine energy and masculine. We have the moth. So the otter, the hyena, and the moth. Let's see. Moth. Impulsive, hasty, and wishful, which makes sense with the anger card and the masculine energy. The masculine energy, if not divine, if very toxic, it can be very impulsive and hasty. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind the moth personality that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of the great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier than different. When in balance, enthusiastic and whimsical. When out of balance, idealize others, becomes jittery. To bring into balance, finish a project. Is there something that you want to work on this year, but you lack the patience, you lack the stamina? Then we have the hyena. So let's see. Hyena. Humor, wit, and sarcasm. So I feel like I'm dealing with a clown, someone that tries to impress others, someone that tries to perform for others, because we have mood swings over here, masculine energy, death, honoring your energy, and then we have two energies that are, I'm not going to say bipolar, but very humorous, very playful, but also superficial in that sense. So let's go. When in balance, charmy, witty, fun to be around. I think wit and whimsical was with the moth. To bring into balance, or when out of balance, scrappy, petty, suspicious, so combative in a way. To bring into balance, sobriety. So is there something you need to let go of? That death card is about lust and addictions. So is there something that you need to let go of? Are there things that you use as coping mechanisms when you go through your bouts of anger and irritability? The hyena personality is a jokester and a crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your resilience, on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask the things you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? Going back to the project from the moth, completing a goal, completing a project can actually allow you to dive deep into your subconscious and heal these wounds. Same as with the goals with the hyena. The otter. Unobstructed joy, playfulness, and contentment. So this year is all about maintaining the joy, maintaining the happiness, even when you pass the climax of a situation. It seems like you might initiate things, and then right when the climax hits, you run away. You don't actually complete anything. This year is about completion, fulfillment. Let's do something 100%, not just 50%. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child, available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and a reverence for life, without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. I think the hyena or the moth was talking about skepticism. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you out there? The otter begs the questions and wants to transport us to the precious place as soon as possible. Celebration awaits. So there's a reward at the end of finishing a project or completing a goal, says 2022. When in balance, full of love, doesn't need anything. When out of balance, gloomy, sighs, makes silly excuses, going back to the sarcasm and the toxic humor. That makes sense. Like there's a balance to this masculine energy. A man, or a masculine person, when they say they're going to do something, they do something. To bring into balance, dance party or celebration. Celebrate yourself. Very lighthearted, but still serious. So let's move on. I thought I was not recording for a second. I was going to say, let's not. I already shuffled these cards. Let's do January through December for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Again, find where Pisces falls in your chart or the 12th house. If you have your sun sign in the 12th house, this could be affecting your ego, your deepest part of yourself. If you have Pisces in your moon sign, or if you have the 12th house in your moon sign, this is going to be affecting your emotions, but in the form of expansion, bringing out the shadow. January, we have the Two of Coins in the reverse, overcoming financial disaster and ruin, coming out of ruin, coming out of depression in terms of finances and stability. You could feel unstable starting off the new year. We have the Hierophant, which is beautiful transition. February, so being solid, stable, traditional, conventional, having kind of holding authority in terms of what you find conventional and traditional, whether that's family, job, really finding your own tradition, how to do things. Stability, February. Let's go to March for Leo. March for Leo. The Fool in the reverse, being a little naive, reckless. In March, let's go to April. The Empress, honoring your feminine energy, self-love, self-care. You can find out that you're pregnant or about someone pregnant in April. If not, just high fertility, birthing ideas, those projects, those goals we talked about, that could be a signal that you have a lot of ideas and goals. Birthing in April. May. Six of Wands in the reverse, lack of success, fear of failure popping up. Kind of like a form of escapism in May. In June, we have the Queen of Wands, burst of confidence. See how we're going back and forth with the mood swings here. June, we have Queen of Wands, standing up for other people. There's spiritual enlightenment, confidence, motivation, getting shit done, being attractive. A very attractive month in June. July, we have the Three of Cups, celebrating, so you might get a lot of recognition from and reward from whatever it is that this project or this idea that you sprout in April. This is also the sign of third party and gossip, so I'm hoping that's not it, but we'll clarify. So let's go to July. July for Leo, July for Leo. Strength in the reverse, that's you. So if you're a July Leo, you're feeling a little under the weather on your birthday. Maybe because all eyes are on you, things get serious. We have the Queen of Cups in August. So being empathetic, having a mentor, or being a guide for others, being very feminine, tapping into that feminine energy, just being a little bit emotional in August. Ten of Cups in the reverse. So a lack of wish fulfillment, a lack of happiness, a little bit of dysfunction, dissatisfaction in the family life, or in terms of your dreams, your aspirations, and your goals. There's some dissatisfaction here. That is in September. So let's move on to October for Leo. Ten of Swords in the reverse. A lot of people are getting this towards the midline of the year, like around July through October. Like every single sign has gotten Ten of Swords in the reverse. So it's recovery from disaster, recovery from this mental confusion, this mental conflict, and it could be have something to do with Pisces going through Jupiter in the beginning of the year, I think up until April. And Pisces rules dreams and the subconscious and what's hidden and the shadow self. So it does make sense by midway through the year for all signs we're coming outside of this confusion, coming outside of this mental battle, mental conflict, and you are too, Leo. So I think that's September, January, February, March, July, August, September, October, November. So it might take a little bit longer for you to come outside of this mental conflict, but it does happen. Let's get one for December for Leo. Leo, 2022 for December. King of Coins, how beautiful. When you come out of this mental conflict, this mental battle, you come out on the other side. You have ultimate stability, you know who you are, you know what you want, you're the provider for your family, you're the provider for your own business, you're at the top of your game, essentially, in December. Very stable, very accomplishing, very driven, very practical, logical. Yeah. Alright, let me go through and let me clarify all of these cards for you next year. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I did January through December. Starting off the year in January, it looks like you have a lot of tasks and not enough hands, essentially. So we have the Two of Coins in the reverse. So there's some debt, and I'm not saying like it doesn't have to be literal debt. What it could be is like I have so many projects, so many things to do, not enough time. And what this does is it makes you have to reprioritize what is important, what needs to be completed. So that's the energy hovering January. Let's go ahead and clarify what this is. Two of Cups. It's affecting a romantic relationship, a romantic cycle, or a soulmate connection. It could be that you feel very burdened by this soulmate connection. You feel like you've invested so much into this that you don't have enough time to invest into your other projects, or what makes you feel whole, what makes you feel playful, what makes you feel happy. There's something about this that doesn't highlight the other aspects of yourself. So let's go in a little bit deeper. Clarify this soulmate connection, this relationship, this partnership. There's a lack of clarity about this partnership, this relationship. There's could be some harsh words said in between you that makes you feel that there's an incompatibility here, or there's just a lack of support in terms of how they communicate with you. You don't feel like they're very supportive over the ideas that you have or over the aspirations you have. There's this emotion in January of a lack of support around you in terms of your goals, your success, your finances, how you want to spend your money. There's a lack of support, a lack of alignment in terms of that. So let's go to February. We have the Hierophant. So divine connection, divine partnership, tradition, finding a way to uphold tradition. So let's clarify what this is. It could also be a government job, so I don't know if you're in the military, but this can be revolved around like you going into the military, or you getting a federal job, or you getting something that's like a 9-to-5 job. So you probably see this incompatibility or this misalignment in January. You're like, I need to make things more concrete, more steady, more routine, and so you find a way to have a routine in February. Six of Cups. You're trying to find something that's more stable, more steady, more conventional or traditional, because you have a family to support, or something from the like inner child wounds are popping up. Let me go deeper and find out. The Six of Cups is a reunion of souls, someone from the past coming in. So I'm not sure if someone from the past comes in and offers you a job, a federal job, someone that you used to work with, someone that used to be connected with, is like, hey, and they persuade you to go in a different route that allows you to have a better routine. We have the Knight, or the King of Wands, non-committal energy, and we have the Knight of Swords, more non-committal energy, someone that rushes in so quickly, they leave as quickly as they come in, more words. So this person's very verbal, very mental. I think they're very persuasive. They're in and they're out of your life. They probably offer you this job, or they hype you up about going in a certain direction, and right whenever you get this job or this opportunity, they flee your life. They're out of your life. I don't get a good energy from this person that's coming from the past. I'm going to get one more card. I just saw the Seven of Wands. This person disrespects your boundaries. Got the Devil card. You could have been attached to this person in a very toxic way. So when they come through, they're just very non-committal, very fleeing, fickle energy in February. You think they want to help you, they act like they want to help you, but for some reason it's hidden, but it seems like they're doing this out of their own game. The High Priestess, secrets. This person's very secretive. There's a very spiritual connection between you and this person, but they don't have good intentions in February, so just beware. Person could be a Pisces or a Taurus. Let's move on to March. We have the Fool in the reverse, very naive, reckless energy, aimless, kind of going wherever the wind blows, lack of protection. You're not protecting yourself, you're not honoring your energy, you're just going where the wind blows. Kind of like lost and nowhere energy in March. Clarify this energy in March for Leo. The Sun. So we have Leo twice. Or sorry, we have Aries and we have Leo, the Sun. It looks like you find happiness while you're just roaming about, like aimless. Like you have no goals, you have no ambitions. I'm not going to say none, but you're kind of just doing things. You're marching to the beat of your own drum. You are kind of unprotected and naive, but it does seem like you find happiness here. So let's dig a little bit deeper. You seem happier when you don't have anything on your to-do list. Anyone to please. Okay, there it is. We have the Ace of Wands in the reverse, the Devil in the reverse, the Seven of Swords. So either you're being deceptive and you're going around being reckless and naive and kind of inadvertently affecting other people's lives in a very deceptive, toxic way, because the Ace of Wands is an abusive power. It's aimlessness, it's recklessness, it's a creative endeavor, not understanding how it can actually affect other people's lives in a negative way. So it's like the shadow side of the creation, shadow side of inspiration. It's, am I doing this because it's inspiring and it's going to bring everyone together, or am I doing this for my own gain, my own benefit, and it benefits nobody else? The Devil in the reverse is holding on to toxic patterns and behaviors and coping mechanisms. And then the Seven of Swords is deception. It can be self-deception, stealing. You could be stealing people's ideas, putting them into fruition and saying that they're yours, stolen valor. So whatever is happening in March is either someone's coming at you and praising you on things that are not really yours to claim, or like if you do have bursts of creativity and goals and projects that you're doing, it's kind of like you get stuck and you start going in a direction that brings you off your own path, but you have support from toxic people. Or you get stuck and you have to keep going, and so you decide to do things without integrity. So just be aware in March to keep your own integrity, because it's going to backfire on you if you don't. So let's move on to April. We have the Empress, which is about self-love, self-care, empowerment, feeling very empowered, very intuitive with yourself, your own body, being very aware of what you need and going after what you need when you need it. It could also be a sign of fertility and pregnancy. So it's that female enlightenment, female embodiment. So let's see, April. We have the Page of Cups. Yep. Children, you could be pregnant, having a child, getting pregnant, just beware. This is a story for some people. The month prior in March, when you're being reckless and naive and you're not protecting yourself, that could very well be having unprotected sex, and then you have a surprise pregnancy on the way in April. And if that's not for you, you could be birthing an idea that you cultivated in March. And even though you might have gone around this idea in the wrong way without integrity, or you got it from someone that lacks integrity, there seems to be a beautiful fruition of it in April. So it could be children, so tangible, or it can just be an idea, but something is highlighted that's very beautiful in April. So let's move on. We have more Taurus energy here, Taurus and Libra. Clarify this Page of Cups in April for Leo. Death in the reverse. This is something that you refuse to let go of. Let's see. Death in the reverse is typically like a mental illness or something you're refusing to let go of, you're resisting. You could resist this idea. There could be a lot of resistance in birthing this new idea that's coming out. It seems like you've already put this project out there. It's like a new project that's going to, it's like the highlight of the year, but there's a lot of resistance around it, and I'm not sure what that is. What is this resistance about? If it's a child, there could be talk of like not having the child, if you know what I mean. But I'm thinking it's more of an idea. 10 of Coins. This could really affect your longevity, your commitments in the future, like whatever you decide to commit to. You could be very non-committal, and whatever this idea, project, or even a child means is that you no longer can commit to anything else. This is going to take everything out of you, and so you're resisting it. You're resisting the idea, or you're resisting the thought of having this child. We have the 10 of Coins in the reverse. So financial disaster, you could have this perspective that this idea or this child is going to ruin your financial stability in the future. Waste of time, you feel like everything else outside of that is going to be a waste of time. 7 of Cups, you can't have options anymore. You feel like this is going to be your only option. You're going to feel like you're trapped. Six of Coins, lack of give and take. Lack of equal give and take. Lack of generosity, greed, spitefulness. There's a lot of weird energy in April. And it's all about duality. You have to make a huge decision about what you want to do with this project or this child. In the previous months, I do have some indicators that you're a single parent, and if you're a single parent, or if you think that you're going to be a single parent, this can have a lot to do with that too. You could have a fear about raising a child on your own, or being alone in a partnership in terms of your business and your aspirations. And I think the signs are cautioning you that you can do this alone. But that is a huge fear that's popping up. So let's move on to May. We have the Six of Wands, fear of failure, which is blocking you from taking these leaps of faith. Six of Wands. Can you clarify the Six of Wands for you in May? Four of Wands. Family, happiness, plans. There's a fear of failure about some plans that you're making for the future. And if it's true that you are getting pregnant, having a child, or if you're birthing this new idea that's very grand and can lead to long-term commitments, long-term stability, it just requires some commitment and like your full undivided attention. At the beginning of the reading, we were talking about how you cannot complete projects and you wait until you get to the climax and then you leave and you don't take things too seriously. But whatever it is that's coming to you in April is very serious. And you have this fear of failure. All of these fears pop up in May because it's time is ticking, and it's like, you ready to seal the deal on this? Because I'm ready to go. Whoever else is involved is ready to go, and they're pushing you. But what happens is, in June we have the Queen of Wands. There you are, like this very confident, fruitful, abundant, attractive person. So you decide to take this leap of faith, and it's rewarding. It's very rewarding in June. Even July, we have the Three of Cups, so a lot of celebration around whatever decision you decide to make. So clarify the Queen of Wands in June for Leo. Clarify the Queen of Wands in June for Leo. Clarify. It does require you to leave something out in the cold from the past. It is a sacrifice for you to do this. There is something that you're sacrificing. It could be the way that you spend your money, spend your time. Yeah. So you're sacrificing your time alone. You're sacrificing, it's like you're sacrificing your alone time, the Hermit in the reverse. Page of Coins in the reverse. And Knight of Cups. Okay. You're sacrificing your old ways of your childlike energy. You're sacrificing the non-committal energy, the energy of like, I can just spend, it's all my money, so I get to choose where my money goes. Unapologetic behavior, things that I didn't have to report to anyone or apologize to anyone because I was living a life on my own, being reckless, being childlike. So this is teaching you how you can bring out your inner child without being childish. There's a difference between being childish and childlike. And whatever this project, this endeavor that you decide to commit to, you cannot be this way anymore. You have to put an end to it. So it's like you're abandoning an old way of yourself, and you have to be okay with it. Infidelity is huge with the Knight of Cups. Putting an end to third-party situations, recklessness. I'm going to pull one more card. What is this? It's abandonment wounds also. So you could have a fear of commitment because of abandonment, even these projects and these ideas that you don't complete. You could have a fear of once it's out there, like this fear of failure, this fear of abandonment, like people aren't going to appreciate it, or once it's out there and people see it, they're not going to appreciate it. So it stimulates these fears of abandonment. And so you finally, midway through the year, June or July, these wounds are really highlighted. Really highlighted. We have the Seven of Cups again and the Three of Swords, fear of heartbreak, fear of betrayal. You could have lived a life where you're betraying a lot of people because you're being reckless, or you've dealt with this, vice versa, and you're putting an end to all of these fears. You could feel safe by having many options. So this could be having many projects at once. It makes you feel safe that you don't have a deadline. I don't have to complete this, there's no pressure. But it's not really all that safe, and it doesn't get you that far in life. And you're ending and breaking that cycle next year. You have the Three of Cups in August. Celebration, recognition, reward, reconciliation, just celebration for your hard work. Clarify the Three of Cups. So an opportunity, people recognize your hard work, your dedication pretty quickly, and you get more opportunities. So if it's a project or if it's a goal and you've accomplished it, many people are going to recognize that you've accomplished this, and they're going to ask more of you. More solid stability, inspiring, fruitful opportunities. Or you could meet someone that you get to partner with. That's another story. Eight of Wands, lots of communication, results. You see a lot of results from whatever project. If you end up having a child, you see a lot of benefits of this. Hold on one second. Getting a call. Let's see, Eight of Wands, let's see. You could be turning down some offers. They could come out of like everywhere, because we did have the Seven of Cups. So, yes. We have the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and we have Two of Wands. You could get an opportunity overseas. You could get an opportunity that allows you to travel and do whatever it is that, this idea that's birthed. Or if you do have children, or if you do get pregnant, you could see how much support you have and how happy people are for you, and you realize that this child is actually bringing in so much abundance. So if it's not a child and it's just an idea, career opportunity, whether you're an artist or you're getting recognition, you have a month in August filled with results. It's also your birthday month. You're getting a lot of attention, and you could be traveling in August. You have the Strength in the reverse in September, so you could have some sort of like spiritual sickness from all of the heightened energy in the month prior, but there's something about like not feeling strong, feeling drained. You're feeling very drained in September. Let's see what this is in regards to. Like a lack of effort. You feel like you're not putting any effort into anything, or you don't want to put effort into anything. Feeling pretty lethargic, not feeling confident, imposter syndrome, stuff like that. Not feeling good enough. That's clarified by the Page of Wands. Wanting to be non-committal again. It's like that energy of suppression makes you want to find other coping mechanisms. You're like, these are hard feelings, I just want to go out and have fun. I don't want to take anything serious anymore. It's kind of like you take on these serious tasks and you get results from it, and you're with the, you know, high valued people and the big boys, and then you see the struggle in that life, and so you try to take a step back and you go with more low vibrational people, because it validates this sense of self-worth. You're like, oh, I can just go hang out with low vibrational people and they're going to see me like a god, and it's easier for me because it validates the sense of self-worth. So you're going to be challenged by that in September. Five of Cups, Seven of Cups again. It's all about options. You feel safe when you have options. It's like this escapism and running away from commitment. And then we have the Three of Swords again in the reverse. So a lack of commitment, fear of betrayal, fear of failure, fear of heartbreak, fear of not being worthy. It's all about the heart space, sense of confidence, sense of self-worth. And it's going to be kind of like a trials and tribulations kind of a month in September for you. But it's crazy because the month prior you had a lot of fire energy, a lot of confidence. And then in, sorry, was that January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. In October, the Queen of Cups. So you find a mentor, or you have a lot of empathy, you have a lot of emotional intelligence, very nurturing energy either is around you or you embody this nurturing energy in the month of September. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. People could start to rely on you on an empathetic level, or you could start to rely on someone else on an emotional level to kind of help you build up your spiritual strength again. What is this? Queen of Cups. And if you're in a relationship or if you have a child, by this time you could be relying on this person for emotional support. Just definitely emotional support is highlighted in September. Five of Swords, people-pleasing energy. Make sure that you're not falling into signs of codependency in that month. Healing. You need some emotional support because you're healing. You're going through, it's not so much stuckness, but it's time to retreat. It's time to heal. It's time to relax, sleep a little bit more, hibernate a little bit more. It's time to just be with yourself, and that makes sense. You kind of, you could have been around some mean-spirited people the month prior. When you were out and about and you were getting all of this attention, you could have had either psychic attacks or a lot of pressure, and just bottled up some negative energy. And in the month of September, you're taking this time to heal and be with people who are only emotionally supportive and empathetic of your growth. We have the Ten of Cups, so some dysfunction in terms of family, some lack of harmony in terms of family in October. Clarify this Ten of Cups in October for Leo. Ten of Cups. Clarify the Ten of Cups for Leo. Yeah, so we have the Six of Coins in the reverse again, so lack of give and take. Things aren't fair. No one's being generous. There can be some spiteful energy, point-keeping energy, like I gave you this, so you should give me this, so it just doesn't feel authentic. When people are giving to you, you don't feel like you're receiving unconditional love, and that's the dysfunction here in this family unit or this whatever type of group structure or tribe that you're involved in feels very dysfunctional in the month of October. We have the Knight of Swords. People say they're going to do a lot of things and they don't show up. So it's just kind of like dead weight. This person corners you. You feel like you don't have any way out. You feel like they have I'm picking this up, they have a lot in terms of your reputation. You feel like you're cornered because this person knows a lot about you. Even though it doesn't mean anything, you feel like they are going to use it against you. They use things against you. That's something to look out for in October. And then what's beautiful is in November, we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse, coming outside of this mental conflict, this mental battle, this mental disaster. You're coming outside of this. The healing that started taking place in September is finally working, and you're coming out of it. And I see the Six of Swords. You could be going through some type of a move, moving away from this dysfunctional family, moving away from this tribe you were a part of, because it no longer suits you and you're healing from it in November. Page of Wands, feeling free. Even though it was like this immature energy, you could have tried to get away from this situation in I think August and your birthday month, you tried to get away from it, August or September, and you couldn't get away from it. And then you finally, it seems like you get away from it in November completely. You break free from it. I want to see what this is. Two of Wands, Death. Oh yeah, the High Priestess in the reverse. You find out a lot of secrets. You find out this person's hidden intentions. You put an end to it. You're finally breaking free from it, and you're moving away. You're creating distance. You could be, we got the moving card twice. So you're physically, I'm strongly feeling that you're physically moving away from either a marriage, a job, or something heavy, something that's been holding you back. And you move into stability, accomplishments, rewards, finishing projects. You finally step in from getting excited. Whatever it is that you put an end to, you see the rewards, and you step into this authority immediately. You know exactly what you're doing. And you move into this long-term, it's like this person puts effort into everything. They put 100% effort into whatever they put their mind to, and they see results from it, and they hold fast, they stand firm, and they're very grounded, very, very authoritative. This person's like the CEO. People trust them with their finances, with stability, and that all comes from ending whatever the situation was in the previous months. I'm going to clarify this King of Coins. Do one more. What is this King of Coins for you? What is this King of Coins for you? The Star. Whatever it is that you're ending and you're moving away from in November provides a lot of healing. You could be moving towards an Earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, or a Taurus in December. If not, it could be healing father wounds, being with your father. But we have masculine energy, and in December you go fully into your divine masculine, and it's very healing. Dreams come true. You start seeing a lot of your dreams coming true in December, or you start to see the full fruition of what you find that makes you truly happy and steady in the month of December. Three of Wands in the reverse. Get one more. It's almost like you don't have to have strategy here. Things just naturally unfold for you now in December, whereas there was so much resistance in the month before. It's like the second you decide to end something, sorry, my dog is humping my cat. Whatever it is you decide to end that you were resisting in the months before, and I'm strongly picking up it's leaving someone behind, or leaving a group of people behind, or a marriage, or a job. Whatever you decide to leave behind immediately brings through results, and you realize you were struggling, and you don't have to struggle anymore in December. And the Ten of Coins. This was in the reverse in the beginning of the year. There's long-term commitment here. You decide finally to make some type of long-term commitment, and you see how easy life becomes when you do it. So it's surrendering to the masculine energy, surrendering to the non-committal energy. This is all about non-committal energy and finding what it is that you can commit to, and feeling safe, feeling worthy, and it's all about a heart awakening. You're going through a huge heart awakening next year. Thank you guys.